Enjoy our faces.
Well, hopefully we'll get a couple of those in there too. Or maybe we should put this at the beginning.
Here's today's good news.
G'day, g'day, g'day! Today's good news is a bit of a surprise, actually. And we've got a 2-for-1 deal going on because Paul's got to get some work done same times.
Fash. The wife. She wants Christmas stuff done.
That's so strange. Who would want that, like, two days out, 1.5 days out from Christmas?
What's this Christmas thing?
Huh.
We don't know anything about it. We haven't been talking about it for the last however many days.
Week or so, at least. Yeah.
Stuff you got to do.
Christmas, Christmas.
Anyways, Bar had a pretty cool occasion today where God lined up a
bunch of stuff.
Pretty cool occasion for her. Yeah. She's going to share a little bit about it, and I'm going to keep making some noise. Got
totally blasted with the egg shooting over the sides of that. Alright, so try and watch a bit of what Paul's doing while I chat away. If you're not absolutely riveted in the story, because what happened was, like we just said, 2 days out from Christmas, and actually for the last couple of days, I've literally had less than $25 to my name, and I wasn't going to have any income until after Christmas Day and another day or two, probably a couple of days after that even. And still had a little bit of stuff to pay for, as you can imagine, and had no way about getting anything. So it was a funny thing because God told me very recently anyway, just reminded me again, just trust him, he's got it covered. He's got my needs sorted out. And first thing this morning, I got a text actually saying, please clear your mailbox as soon as possible. And I was like, that's a little bit strange. That doesn't happen every day to me. Out I go, and I find there's an envelope of cash. No. God has given me a bunch of money. Unexpected in a sense, yet having decided to trust him like he's told me to and reminded me again. Once again, he comes through faithful. Now, the thing of it is that was just the start of the day, and today has gone on like that over and over in lots of different things. Short version, if you can bear with me. I had to go get some things I've got to get, and on my way home, I'm planning to go through the shops at Glendale, if you know the area, and I'm on my way. I'm literally a couple of 100 metres away from the turn-off in there, and I'm sitting at the lights. My car's just idling away. I look over and see a pretty awesome looking motorbike, and I'm thinking, man, if I was a motorbike rider, I might just look for one of those bikes because it's really cool. And in my mid-thought, the next thing I know, I look down because my car has stopped running for no particular apparent reason. So I try and turn it on again, and it fails, and I try again another 3 or 5 times, and it just continues to do nothing at all for no particular reason. Or no apparent reason. So now I'm starting to panic a little bit because I'm sure the light's going to be turning green real soon. And I can't even remember where the hazard light switch is. So I'm looking for it. Eventually I find it, and sure enough, just as I find it, the lights actually turn green. And now I'm in the middle of this busy, probably 3-lane sort of road. It's a lot of traffic and so on, with a car that's broken down for no reason that I know of. It's the first time since I've had it going. So the thought didn't even get through my head of what I'm going to do though, because some guy had just been walking past, sticks his head straight in the window before the lights even really changed, and he's like, oh man, you need a push? And I'm like, yes please. And then I'm just checking where we're going because he's like, you probably have to go around the corner, right? I'm like, yep. Which was not the way that I was planning to go, but that's the closest place to pull off because it was such a busy road. And off we go. Him and the guy on the bike actually had jumped off and were pushing me around the corner. So I didn't even have a chance to panic before help was right there. Anyway, so they pushed me up to the closest spot off the road, and the bikie guy just totally disappears just instantly. But the other guy says, hey, so what was the problem? Like, was it just not starting or what? And I'm like, well, I don't know. He's like, is there fuel in there? I'm like, yeah, more than half a tank. And he just starts having a look around. I said, oh, it's all right. I'll just call my brother. He's a mechanic. He could probably just come and help me out because I knew that Paul was 5 minutes away or so. And then he says, oh, well, that's all right because I'm a mechanic too. So all the help I could have asked for, God already put some guy that I didn't even realise was walking there until I broke down and he stuck his head in the window to ask if he could help. And he was a mechanic. Perfect choice. Anyway, turns out I popped the bonnet for him. He has a little look. He flicks the thing around here or there, but like barely touches anything. He's like, yeah, fuel looks like it's going right. And he gets in the front driver's seat to see what's going on there and starts turning the engine on. And while he's doing that, literally the whole thing took less than 5 minutes. Maybe 3, less even than 2 maybe. The biker guy's back. He just went to get the other guy's stuff that he dropped to come and help in the hurry. And so he comes back and I'm like, yeah, this is what happened. And then the next thing, mechanic revs up my car and it's going. As if nothing had happened at all. So, funny story is that while we're there, the guy that I happened to pull up behind, he gets out of his car and comes over and says the exact same thing just happened to him. But there's no problem anymore, so I'm like, thanks heaps guys, 3 years later in my car, and I'm like, the road's a bit busy to just pull straight out and U-turn back the way I wanted to go, so I'm going to have to pull out onto this road and then find a place to do a U-turn. And while I'm pulling out, I'm thinking, it's so weird that the car just stopped for no real reason. It's never done it before and hopefully won't since. Won't again, but it just was so random. I'm thinking there must be some reason that God has redirected me. So I'm thinking I'm heading to Cardiff. I don't know too many things of what I would do in Cardiff. My other brother lives there. I might go see him. I could go to the church warehouse.
Turns out that's where I was at my other brother's house. Helping him out do a Christmas present that involved a lot of heavy labour, except it wasn't actually lifting. It was just like they weren't strong enough, and apparently I was.
Huh.
And I had some no-hair, so
pretty cool.
Done it before.
Yeah. So, I didn't even know all that, obviously. I thought Paul was back here working away.
I wasn't even here.
So, point is, there's only a handful of things I could be doing, and I figured most of them weren't really something I normally do for, like, they weren't legit. Most of them weren't really, like, I don't know, they weren't really, I wasn't feeling it. But I'm just like, there's got to be some reason. I'm really was feeling like maybe I had to go to the warehouse for some reason, which was really strange. But as I'm heading there, I find myself going, nah, I'm just going to drop by Aldi's and Woolies. And I turn into the car park, and I'm like, the mechanic said there was a small chance that the heat of the day or the city traffic had done something with the heating up the car, but I'm like, probably not because the radiator's brand new and everything, so not that I'm a mechanic, but that was my guess. Either way, I was thinking maybe I should try and park under the shade, but it's right before Christmas, there's not much chance of it, but I'm like, I'm going for it anyway. I'm going to ask God to give me a cool park. So off I go into the car park. The limited numbers under the shade was jam-packed full of cars lined up. As soon as I got up to the shady area, I'm like, oh, this is going to be the biggest wait ever. And it was a while. But with all the cars that were there snaking around the car park, I literally watched as the cars did the switch around, and then one car around the corner pulled out, and then 2 cars in front of me just drove straight past. Yeah, they didn't want the car park that was readily available for me right there under the shade in the perfect spot. I couldn't have asked for better. So I'm like, thanks God, drive in there. I'll take that. And off I go to find whatever he's pulled me in here for. So I'll hit Aldi first, and then I'll come back and maybe go to Woolies if there's nothing there. I was also kind of thinking maybe Aldi would have a good little Chrissy present or two I could add to my little shopping spree. So, in I go, I'm looking around. First little cool blessing was the Aldi near my place. I've been there twice in the last week, and my favourite brand of chai tea, which I really love, it's like one of those cappuccino type things. Anyway, they haven't been there, and I've been like, and a bit there. But as soon as I walk in the doors of Aldi, I'm like, I've got a little bit of cash now, and that box of tea and coffee things looks really full. So I grabbed 2 chai boxes that were there, which will keep me going for a little while, which was pretty cool. Small joys, little things matter. And off I go. I'm looking for some other thingies. What can I get here? So, short of it is, I didn't really find too much. I found a couple other Chrissy presents, and then I waited at the counter for my purchase. Sort of a bit out of it. I'd forgotten the whole thing of what brought me there and everything. And I didn't realise for a while that the man in front of me, I just noticed subconsciously that he had a big trolley with one big box in it. But I didn't even look at it. I wasn't thinking anything about what was going on except making sure I didn't get in people's way to walk past and such with the line. Anyway, I suddenly come out of my subconscious dwell, as Mum calls them, just in my dopey state, and realised that the big box in his trolley was actually a big marquee thing that Paul and Ashley had gone to purchase at the Aldi near our shop, near our place, I don't know, a week ago or something. And they went in especially knowing it was going to be in, and literally within hours it was all bought out, and so they didn't get one. But in the box in front of me in this guy's trolley was exactly what they'd been looking for. So I'm like, oh, is there another one? Is that the last one? And he's like, oh, nah, yeah, this is the only trolley that was there. I didn't have any coins for the... I'm like, no, I'm in the box. He's like, oh, no, there's 3 more over there. And he points out where they are. So off I go. I'm going to call Paul and see do you still want it? And I'm going to get this thing. He says, yep. I'm like, I didn't bring a trolley in here, but I can push this 23 kilo big lump of a box all the way across Aldi to the counter. So I've got my little box of goodies in one arm, and I'm pushing that thing through Aldi's with the other, halfway down the shop, just dragging along. And when I'm getting through the checkout, I'm starting to think, man, how am I going to get this back to the car, which was quite far away from Aldi. It was very close to Woolies. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to go get a trolley from me at the front. I'm going to have to leave my stuff here so I can do it. Do I have to take it? What's going on? And the couple at the counter behind me, the guy's just waiting for his wife to do all the stuff. So he's like, oh, do you want me to take that out to the car for you? I'm like, it's far away. I might need a trolley, and you probably don't want to go that far. And so I'm just mucking around, getting myself organised. But thanks anyway, you know. And as I'm starting to think, should I take the little box with me and leave the big box or what? He's like, oh, I'll look after it for you. So I run out and find myself a trolley and come back in. And he's still waiting there, and I'm ready to lift the box in to the trolley for me, which was awesome because that thing would have been very difficult for me to navigate myself. And off I go. I can take my trolley full of shopping to the car. As I get to the car, I'm thinking I've got to stick this in the boot, but I've got a trolley, so it should be easy to just flick it out the trolley into the boot. And of course I do that, and then realise because of the other stuff in the boot, there's not enough space and the bonnet's going to not shut. So, righto, I'll just manoeuvre it out of the boot, back into the trolley, pull the trolley around the side of the car and stick it in the side door. No worries. So as I'm doing that, I'm coming around, there's a pole in the way, so I have to just trolley around it. And I open my door and I'm thinking, man, when I left to go to the shop, this car space was full of car. And now I actually have the space, because there's no car, to get this thing into the car. And I have no idea how I could have done it without that extra space on the side. I just probably couldn't have done it. So that was kind of cool. Locked the doors, run the trolley back, came back again, and sure enough, there's a car back in that space. So I'm pulling out the car park, and I'm just like, thanks God. He has totally navigated as if it was all scripted for me to not only have the cash to help get this purchase I wasn't expecting, but also redirected me to go there, put two guys who are willing and keen to just push my car along to help, and a mechanic. Like, every little detail was all sussed out and working as if I'd planned it out to perfection. And so I'm just cheering, because that was an awesome shopping spree. I think one of the best I've ever had, as far as I don't really like shopping that much. And I just want to give Jesus all the glory, because he truly does show up when we trust in him. And when we go ahead and follow those promptings and the nudges and the, you know, what's going on here, and look for his guidance, even in the everyday thing, he totally shows up. And that's pretty cool. He's an awesome God. I love him so much.
The best part is, he's an awesome God that we know.
Yeah.
And he does stuff for us, like leading us off to get me a mad Christmas present from my sister.
Yeah.
It's good. Which is going to be great, and because it's so huge, it's going to go hugely awesome with our massively huge caravan.
Yeah.
That I took the roof off today. One step closer.
Yeah. So, if you want to know more about that story, check out littlenashes.com.au or find
Facebook.
Little Nashes on Facebook.
And, interesting point, remember my story about the car with the faster we go, the more the angels pull into the sides?
Oh, that's another story for another day because of time here, but as a goodie, yes.
If we haven't told you that story, well, I'll have to
maybe
maybe
next week sometime.
But it's interesting how the quicker we get moving on the things that God tells us to do, the more of these crazy little stories
come together. It's very true.
Notch in, God sets the way before us, and our path is straight, and foot light to our path.
It's amazing. I can't believe how. Yeah. His word is a lamp to our feet, a light to our path. Psalm 119, verse 9 or 11. I always mix those two verses up reference-wise. But
11 is...
maybe that's 105. That's the third one I always mix up. But you can check out all of them. They're great verses. Anyway, yeah, I'm just like, I'm loving that.
God looks after us.
Those little dramas, you should have taken me like hours to finish my day and get sorted and whatever.
And if I wasn't
individually,
there to help, then she would have been after a mechanic after hours, and mechanics are shut.
Yeah, right near Christmas especially. But man, God just perfectly timed the whole lot and put the right people in the right place and made them willing to help. When does that happen? Not often. Yeah? Well, sometimes maybe, but the point is, it's just, I love it. I didn't even skip a beat in time. I didn't have the chance to lose time. He just, he's like, problem A, here's solution. Problem B, here's the solution. It was all there. He's amazing. Love it.
Jesus got this.
Yeah. Have a listen to Little Things, one of our songs there. And that one celebrates this very exact type of thing. It's awesome.
Okay.
And if you want to know about that, sign up on retrocristo.com and we will give you free songs, including that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, we really got to go unless you've got more to say quickly, because it's bumping away on time. Clock's ticking for our memory space.
I've got Ash's little thing sorted.
Yay! So, thank you for allowing us to do two things at once here. Who said guys can't multitask?
I'll tell you what. I'm one of the few.
Exhibit A. Alright, so that's the good news for today.
I can see what we're recording and breathe at the same time.
He's amazing. Oh, did you get that again? Go again. Oh. At least if you couldn't see it, you probably heard it.
A few times.
Right. We're going to catch you again soon with more good news. Have a great Merry Christmas, and don't forget, when you trust in God and you give him the chance to show up, he totally comes through.
Yep.
And it's definitely the best way to live. It's not always easy, but it's the best.
Yep.
And it sometimes is really, really cool.
And then you have things to look back on to go, thank you, God, that you have shown yourself in my life. And then other people hear about it and they're like, wow, I want some of that. And that's how you witness. You share your story.
Yes, of what you've experienced of
what
Jesus.
God's done for you.
True. I'm just like on that note, noticing that we've been rabbiting on for about 20 minutes or so now. So this is probably going to be unedited almost, or maybe fully, as the YouTube thing. And if you want to see the full story, then go there. And unfortunately, the Facebook thing's probably going to have to be snipped and cut and shortened a lot.
But you can...
Either way, we're dribbling now, and it's time to go. So
have you met my dog Zorro? One day.
Yes, I'm pretty sure you have once.
He just came in the shed.
He's a pretty cool dog. So maybe you would need to meet him again. For now, we're out of here. Good news coming again soon. Kind regards and Merry Christmas from Retro Cristo. Alright, bye.